It's Alicia, Nora, and Macy on our little green couch.
Ready to talk weekly gossip from behind the chair.
Have a drink or 10 and get ready for the journey.
Join us on the floor with Little Fern.
Yeah, we're ready. Welcome in.
Get a little bit of witchy woo going on right now.
Come on in.
We got our drinks.
I have mom water.
I have mom water too.
What flavor do you have?
Oh, is this mine? I really hate this name, but I have Mary. What do you have?
I have Kathy.
I'm drinking a can beverage, which is always delicious. It's the blood orange. And our guest, who's here today.
I am drinking also a Kathy, and then I have a Susan coming up next.
Ooh, she's in line.
ready.
She's got her in line
I
lined up. Well, also, I think we can really take this moment to thank you for the mom waters, because we would not be drinking these beveraginos without our good old guest.
Welcome, Julia.
Welcome.
I'm
How does it
excited.
feel? How does it feel to be the second guest on the pod?
I feel very honored. Very, very honored. I'm excited. Also nervous for what's going to happen tonight.
Well, we're going to start off. We don't usually do this in the podcast, so like as you have heard while you're listening.
Yeah.
But we're going to start off with a full moon ritual today. And we are going to write down something that we're going to let go of.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And
Something that we're gonna burn.
Moon, I was told, not a new moon.
They were thinking new moon, new me.
Because I said new moon, new me.
They're different, but it brings in new things. Full moon is like when the energy is at its peak, and that's the peak time for manifestations. And new moon is when you recognize what you manifested through the full moon. Is it working? Do you need to change anything? And do you need to let anything go to keep those manifestations that you made throughout the full moon and keep them going, or reinvigorate them, you know?
It's a pink moon, correct?
yes, it's a pink moon.
And you know, we're all Barbie girls, and we love pink.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start this off by writing down the things that we are letting go. We're going to let go today. Things that no longer just serve purpose. We want to get rid of, we're done with, we're going to cleanse. We're going to light some shit on fire.
Well, also, you know that, like, not only does Alicia live with anger, but I think I partially live with anger as well. And I think fire is very symbolic of using that anger and getting rid of bad shit.
I also love that you got the death card. Isn't that what it was called? Yeah.
Yes, this week on I believe it's called Channy app, my Channy app, the tarot card of the week was the death card in honor of this week's full moon in Scorpio. So this card asks us to review what comes up and release what's ready for the compost heap. So prepare your cleansing rituals and bid farewell to the situations and situationships, in parentheses, that are past their expiration dates, whether literal or figurative. Deaths are not merely endings. They are portals to necessary transformations. If you are unsure whether you are ready to let go of someone or something in your life, write a pros and cons list or sift through the murky emotions with a trusted friend. Then let your inner wise one make the executive decision. The space you clear will not stay empty for long.
Oh, yes. I like that because it's like when one door closes, another door opens. So whatever you're scared to let go of, you really shouldn't be. It's holding you back from receiving things.
From receiving what you're supposed to and what you're supposed to have
Well, we're making room.
from the universe.
We're making room for better things, bigger, better things.
Yeah,
For that new
we all
moon.
need good vibes, and also bigger, better things, you know, coming into the spring. I think it's like got that nice symbolism of new things and change and growth and all that bullshit.
If you're not new to the podcast, we all know what Alicia needs to let go of. A little bit of anger, a little bit of rage, and a whole lot of in-law issues.
Wow, I like that. Mine would be family issues, but you know what? I digress.
So we'll see what I write down. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this.
I'm letting go of my, I've been very negative lately with myself. And I've been really hating on myself.
I feel that.
I'm just not a fan of my health from the inside reflecting my outside appearance. So I've been really hating on myself in public, comfortably with people lately, which makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm totally cool with it, and that's a problem. I shouldn't be so cool.
But sometimes
with the
that's like how
self-hate.
you cope. I feel
Yeah.
like also, and it's not a good coping mechanism.
Because I also think in a way, it kind of by talking about it, it kind of makes like whatever you're feeling on the inside about yourself like a little bit easier to handle. Like, you know, when people like make jokes about like death or like family, like, you know what, it seems like kind of like weird and like a little like inappropriate, but at the same time, it's a coping mechanism, 100%.
Yes.
So definitely like piggybacking on that. That's something kind of I'm letting go is I tend to like with certain people in a room when we're talking about like, you know, relationships, a lot of people I feel like I already know, they kind of know my past relationships. So I kind of speak up and like joke about it, even though like my last 2 relationships were like, they were good, but then they got really unhealthy really quick. So that's one thing I'm letting go is like my exes, like definitely need to let go. Like that's in the past. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It was there. And then also letting go. I'm a person of nature that like tries to help and tries to pull myself in everywhere. So trying to like not feel sorry anymore for choosing me and like what I want to do.
That was very well said.
Yeah.
I like that.
For sure.
Well, after you guys were just sharing that, I did write down a couple of the same ones. So
No, I love that.
because I and like in a good way, like, you know, where people, you know, they like really like your outfit and they go and like buy the same outfit. It's like those were really good ones, especially like the body image. Like I totally feel that one because I also think
Kind
that
of like when I bought her shirt like 2 minutes after
yes.
Literally.
Alicia's wearing a really, really good shirt. Let's actually read it out. It would be a really good quote to read out. Will you turn your back towards us for just a sec? Thank you. It's really good.
I'll slowly get
Oh my God.
While
Don't
she's
fall.
turning her back towards us, let's just make an announcement about Alicia and the fact that like people see things that they like of hers and then they get it, and then she
Yes.
always has to mention how
Regina
they're
George
copying
wore
her.
Or what was it? The camo pants and something.
She wore army pants and flip-flops, so
Yes.
I wore army pants and flip-flops. Okay, so her shirt says, "Stop giving away your energy to people who don't give a fuck about you." Purr.
Boom.
Purr.
That is perfect with
Oh, my mic was
the
off,
full
great.
moon in Scorpio.
Hopefully someone's
Stop giving your energy away to people who don't give a fuck about you. There we go.
Yeah, snaps for that one.
Yeah.
I kept seeing this online, this shirt, and it really, well, one, it was fed to me. You know how that works. I got fed it. It was an ad, and I liked it, and I kept having it in my cart. And then finally the other day I said, I'm getting it. And I got it. And I'm glad that it inspired you guys, and I'm glad that other people wanted it, and I'm here for it.
It also just kind of connects with all the energy that we're doing right now.
It does.
Letting go of shit. Stop giving a fuck about what other people have to think, especially people who really aren't like either like your friend, your family, like your close family, or like a ride or die. You know, it's like, why do you care about the opinions and giving energy to people who don't deserve it?
On that note, what I am letting go of on my piece of paper, and just in general, is I said I'm letting go of the pain I no longer have room for and the relationships that no longer serve me.
Ooh, I like that.
Perfect. Sorry.
And stay tuned to the end.
When we burn everything.
We will be burning this shit at the end, live on the pod. You won't be seeing it, but we will be describing every moment. So stay tuned.
Everybody is probably like, who the fuck is Julia? Now that we're 10 minutes in.
Julia Gulia.
I feel like I really want to introduce this just because you guys are so familiar with Julia when I first started working here. And the first memory of Julia in my head is, I'm sure she came in before, but I'm still bad at remembering clients' names and faces till this day. Yeah. It's never been my strong suit. But Julia came in and it was Blackout Wednesday, y'all. It was Blackout Wednesday.
I do have a good memory.
Yes. No, but I know I went to the tin that night. It was the tin. I went to the tin that night, And I was really fucked up. I was probably like brown blackout or something. I come back from the weekend, because I'm pretty sure Blackout Wednesday was over, I don't even know. You know, we weren't working. We came back to work the next week. And Alicia goes, yeah, Julia said that she saw you at the bar and you were fucked up. Or like something along those lines. And I was like,
No.
I was mortified.
It was basically, I was like, oh my God, I'm bartending that night. And this was like my first like back in bartending. I haven't bartended in like 4 years. And it was my first big like holiday night. And I see her out of the corner of my eye. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm pretty sure this is Little Fern's like new like assistant. Like this cute
Drunk
little
as
petite,
fuck,
yeah. And
underage.
I was like, oh my God, she's like 2 pounds. Definitely has had more than 2 pounds of alcohol in her system. And I was like, she
Underage.
came up to me, yeah, 100% underage. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just not gonna make eye contact with her. Like, whatever happens, happens. I'm just bar backing that night. Like, I'm not serving. Like, whatever. I like was like, I don't know if she's 21. So I texted Alicia, but she never got back to me. So I was like, well, if she's, you know, if it is what it is at the end of the day. And then I just remember her coming up to me like, Julia! And she like hugged me and I was like,
Wait, I
don't
did?
Even, yes, I was like, I don't even know you. I don't even know. I was like, you were like, you're a client at Little Fern, right? And I was like, yeah, I am. And then it's when I texted Lisa, I was like, bro, she is fucked up. She is not coming to work anytime soon.
I did. I showed up. Something about me is I showed up several times hungover as shit, but I always make it in. I always make it in. I might be a little sluggish, but I make it in.
I also got a great picture the next morning of Bella and Macy from the night before, and they don't remember taking that photo
either.
either.
Remember taking the picture together. And
Wait, was that? No, that was year 2. Because Bella
was year
wasn't.
2.
Bella was year 2.
That was
So,
the
yeah.
most recent.
I've
Blackout
unfortunately had
Wednesday.
2 encounters on Blackout Wednesday with both the Little Fern assistants.
Yeah, I mean it was really fun.
Wait, why were you here the next day is what I'm confused about.
What do you mean?
Oh, she wasn't.
It would have been Thanksgiving.
Like Sam, it would be.
I don't know. I'm just saying the next week, whatever. Yeah.
And you were still hungover?
I'm just prefacing that like I'm just hungover.
She was
several
so
times
yeah.
over.
I mean, the amount you were probably drinking.
Yeah, I was really fucked up that night, especially because I feel like I was like,
that was my first time sober
Wednesday.
for Blackout. Too.
It's Blackout Wednesday though. I mean, it's in the title. I'm gonna black out, or at least brown. You know, like it's
true
gonna
to the
happen.
Naturally. As you should.
But yes, this is my first interaction. Also, I'm just so proud of myself for knowing your name while I was drunk. Because
did.
the next day, Alicia said, "Oh yeah, Julia was saying la la la," and I said, "I have no idea."
You
who
literally
that is.
called my name because they were like, "Do you know who this person is?" And I was like, "No, not really," because I was like, "Oh my God, I don't want to get." I was like, I don't know how old she was, and I was like, I just got my license back, and I
had
her
a
vote.
really, really bad fake, but it worked. It was bubbly. It was from
I
Indiana.
really don't even think you drank because it had to be like 1:00 by the time you got to the 10.
Well, usually once we get to the 10, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Like, you go to the 10, the
I don't
10's
think
like
you really
overflow.
drank.
No,
because I know
got
when
really
Bella
fucked
got
up.
there, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the bartenders. I was like, no, like we cannot be the cause of this anymore. I was like, and it was
that's
literally
fair, that's
1:20, and it was last call, and I think I gave her water. Like I think she didn't even order. That's what I handed to her, and she maybe thought it was a drink or whatever. But at that point, I was like, you need water,
Well,
girl.
also,
Let me save your life.
We were at the 5th, and we took that picture. So, like, I'm just saying, the fact that neither of us remember taking that picture, and she was at the 10, she probably, lights on, nobody's helmet. She's on autopilot. Yeah. That is complete autopilot. Yeah, good for you for giving her water, though.
Yeah.
Julia! Woo!
Julia came to the salon to be via her sister through me. Yeah.
Julia was a very end of the family line introduction to the
Because I
salon.
thought Taylor came soon because it was like COVID. It was right after when you guys were able to reopen. I had an
Yes, but
appointment.
I had been already seeing your
Oh my God,
sister
Gabby,
for
for years.
so long, and then like I met your mom, and then I knew Taylor, but like met you when you
we
came
did
home.
a wedding.
Yeah,
And I did Taylor's hair for the wedding, but you would have been there probably.
No, so I don't think it was it had to be a different wedding because I'm pretty sure Maddie did her hair. I don't know if you guys know Maddie. She's out in Indiana. She's like a Crown Point girl. She did like her daughter was like the Sterling Foundation.
Oh, yeah. Maddie Raspy.
Yeah, Raspy.
Yeah.
She was the one. But I'm pretty sure it was around when Taylor was getting engaged. That's when Taylor started, I'm pretty sure, seeing you guys. And I was still living in Kansas at that time.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Taylor was definitely living in this like vicinity in this area and stuff because they had a house in Homewood. Well, they were renting a house in Homewood. Because I know then, because it was then Gabby and Taylor were seeing you for sure.
So then you came home and then tagged along with your sister for a hair appointment to chit chat. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Because then I fully moved home.
And we were
after
like,
COVID.
whoa, she's very comfortable here already for the very first
you were
visit.
just so different than your sister.
Yeah.
So we were like, what? Like, I was so thrown off by the fact that like, they're sisters, but they're so different.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, we're like literally getting to know a whole different person.
Who would have
person.
thought?
Who would have thought?
Whole different person in the family. So, and in a really weird roundabout way, I also do, this is where small town, the different family side, because what's Abby then to you guys? Like
Abby,
this,
she's not really like anything to me, but her brother and my cousin
yes,
were dating.
So then it was just like this really interesting.
And then Meg Austin,
yes,
because that's Gabby's best friend.
Yeah, it was just like a very interesting, like, different ties that came in.
And then they just got stronger as more people got.
Yes, and then it was just like everyone kept just adding in and be like, mom added, and then mom added.
Well, it's just like IJP. It's the
like
IJP explode.
A small, like,
Well, it's also a
family.
big chain reaction when you find somebody who's like good at doing hair, and then like you come here and you're like, well, yeah, then everybody just comes.
Too. I forgot about Celine and stuff like that. Yeah.
So anyways, I could pretty much be at any family function, any barbecue, any hosted event, and I think no one would look twice at who I was. They would be like, Alicia, she's here.
Just like you can bring up how you met my dad too.
Oh, so one night we decided, going a nod back to Julia's bartending days, she was bartending, and we said, me and this other client who we've talked about before, Abby, who works with the Cancer Support Center, we're meeting up to go see Julia at the bar. And we brought our old assistant, Jessica, which is, we'll talk about another story in a minute that includes Julia here with all the assistants. She's just always here for every major event in the assistant world life. 100%. And so we said, why don't we do a girls' night and we'll meet you up there? I said, sounds good. Luke got home and I said, I'll go up early, and everyone else wasn't ready. Abby was like, oh, I'm up here eating dinner with my parents. If you want to come up. I said, sounds good. So I walk in and she's got her parents, which by the way, her mom's also my client. Yeah. And then she's eating with your parents. Yeah. And your mom's also my client. Yeah. So I walk in and they're like, Alicia, pull up a chair. Do you want to eat with us? And I'm like, sure. So I don't eat, but I like sit there, and then both moms turn around. And so it's like me, the ladies, and all of a sudden the dads, I feel like, are kind of like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, who just walked in?
Like,
but
she just rolled up.
Yeah.
All besties we've never met before.
But were also so unfazed that they just like continued their conversation.
100%.
They were just like, so like, whatever, here she is. So then Jessica comes, me and Abby moved to the bar. Everyone else is still at the
I'm pretty sure my mom left at this point because Patty was like, I see where this is leading. I have to work in the morning. I'm going to head out the door.
Well, everyone else has been drinking now.
Yeah.
I had a drink. Me and Abby are at the bar. Jessica walks in. She brings Dave, her husband. And all of a sudden, your dad comes up and goes, so round of shots? And
then yells, bartender. And I was like, oh my God.
And so I'm like,
wait, hold on, pause. Are you bartending?
I'm bartending.
Oh, so like you guys aren't out for like a family gathering, like
no.
They're just visiting you at the bar that you work at, and you're serving them.
I'm serving them.
Okay.
So he finds it very hilarious to keep screaming for the bartender to help him.
Bartender,
No, that's
come over
literally
here,
what
bartender.
it was. Like screaming, putting his hands over his mouth, screaming at me when I'm literally probably like 2 feet away from him at this point.
I would have, especially because they're all drunk and you're sober, I would have been like, shut the fuck up.
I was like, oh, this is how this night's gonna go.
So then he kept just coming up, and Abby doesn't drink. So then he would order a round of shots. He'd be like, what are we going to do? And I guess in my mind, I'm like, well, I guess I need to control the situation because I don't want to drink anything terrible. So I just say, well, I guess tequila.
Oh, but pause.
Tequila it is.
Pause. I don't want to drink anything terrible. Tequila.
Well, I think we always go to tequila. You
I
gotta
do
choose
love
the
tequila,
correct one.
especially because it's pretty good for suiting like everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a universal shot that is not disgusting, and I can control the kind of tequila I'm getting. So at least I'm getting a cleaner alcohol, I feel, in my brain. So I'm not gonna feel as disgusting tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm already drinking. Well, I don't even remember what I was drinking at the time. Maybe vodka.
I think it was like a vodka
She's
soda.
gonna mix this shit.
Just disgusting now. Looking back.
I don't think you
So-
were doing noons. I think you like got a drink.
I think I got a drink.
You're
So
like,
I-
oh, I'm just gonna sip on this.
Yes,
And then my
and so my
dad
thought was,
comes
sucking
in.
it down.
Rick enters the story and
Yes.
the game's
so
over.
my thought was one cocktail. I literally, Luke was like, he ordered us pizzas. He was waiting for me to come home. I thought, I'm just going out for a little bit.
He's like, so you're not coming home is what I'm hearing. Because I feel like this happens a lot with like
no.
Luke, where he's like, bro, you were going to go out for like a little breakfast and now you're fucked up and it's
No, the
literally 8
best-
p.m.
yeah.
Like what?
Best
That
part
does
of this
happen.
also is that I have, after shot round like 2, Jessica brings in like this outside, like not drink, but like just like this juice type
No,
scenario.
no. It wasn't a drink. It was a wake and bake.
Oh yeah, it was the wakey bakey, and she was like, pour. She was like, Julia, pour the alcohol in here, and I was like,
With the wake and bake
no, but the way she
infusion already
looked at
in
me,
there.
it was like crazy girl eyes, and I was like, not gonna happen, like not gonna happen at all. And then my dad's like, another round, bartender, another round of shots, and my dad puts his arm around Alicia, and Alicia starts calling my dad Uncle Ricky.
It was family style real
Yeah.
fast. I said, Uncle Ricky's got it. He's got it. He's got
Then,
it.
which Alicia probably doesn't remember it, but they were also doing screwball because that's my dad's like usual go-to. He's a screwball guy.
What's screwball?
It's the
that
peanut
peanut
butter
butter.
Peanut butter
liquor.
whiskey.
He was like on
Oh,
a
I
big
thought it was
screwball
a
kick.
game. I was thinking it was a game.
Yeah, he was on a big screwball kick.
I'm getting another
So
drink.
they were ordering that, going back and forth from screwball to tequila. And I'm pretty sure that night you guys did around like 7 rounds of shots.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so many. But
That's
I would like you to know that every round I had, it was double because Abby didn't drink.
Oh,
so
yeah, I
he
forgot.
got her a shot. She just didn't know what else to do, so she just slid the shot to me, and I was taking all of Abby's shots.
I'm pretty sure at one point
So
someone had
7
been
times
taking
2.
Joss's too because
Well, then he started including Jess, and then I tried to pawn off Abby's to Dave because I was like, I can't keep up at this pace because Uncle Rick doesn't know that I'm taking Abby, so I'm doing double shots every fucking
You said
time.
7 rounds? That means you
Yeah.
took 14 fucking shots, Alicia. 14 shots.
while like Luke is at home and he needs to like what the heck
Waiting
shows
for his
going
wife to come home and have like a chill night with
He's
him.
like, she left at 5. It's now 1 a.m.
This is a typical story.
I feel like this
This
happens
is-
a lot
yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
You get Alicia with alcohol and like everybody's down for a good time. She's staying out, which I appreciate because I'm the same way.
Wait, Nora, this brings me back now how I met you, which I don't know if you remember. Wait, sorry, I just never recollection. No, for my mom's, I don't even know, like, it was kind of not a big birthday, but Gabby was away at school, Taylor was living in Homewood, and you were doing your flower things at, I can't remember the place in Homewood.
Oh, yeah, I was
So
doing
for
a
my
workshop.
mom, my mom's birthday, that's when I officially,
Yes,
like,
I
met
do remember
you
that, yeah.
And stuff like that, and we did that flower
I was
thing.
confused because I didn't know where you came from because I didn't know you existed.
Probably
You
not.
were not.
Gabby doesn't like to mention she
You
has a
were
middle
not
sister.
here.
Like, there's 3 of these bitches.
Yeah, I had just found out about like Taylor more recently, and then all of a
Is
sudden,
Taylor-
Taylor's
Is Taylor the youngest one?
no, Taylor's the older than
Gabby's
I'm the
youngest.
forgotten middle child, and then Gabby's the pride and joy. of the family.
That really tracks with your guys' ages and the dynamic of
Well,
your
we're all
family.
4 years. Well, I'm 4 years from both of them, so like I'm in the middle. But Taylor and Gabby like have a huge gap in between them. But no, Taylor
So they
was
have
taking
8
a whole
years?
bunch of your workshops.
yes,
And stuff because I think she took one. I don't know if it was Ravislow, but it was like a wreath one too. And Taylor's like, "Oh, we have to do this for her mom's birthday," and it was like November, and it was a lot of fun, like because it was like bring your own food and drinks and stuff like that, and it was like we had so many laughs. Like my mom's best friend TC came, and then Taylor's best friend Aaron came, and yeah, and that's when I met
Yeah,
you.
that was a big group. A lot of those classes were like 25 people.
Yeah, it was.
sometimes.
It was good, but it was like really good energy. And I just remember Nora just kept saying, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, just keep putting it in. You're doing great, sweetie. I was like, okay. Florist on the resume.
Nora has that great energy where it's like, no
Yeah.
matter like what you're doing, she's like, it's fine, it'll work out. And the thing is, it always does end up working out. But like that also, I think that's kind of like the vibe that you have with plants and flowers and stuff. You just kind of whip it around, and I'm like, I feel like if I did that to my plant, it would topple over and break. But then Nora does it, and it's like the plant is thriving and blooming, and it's like Mother Nature touched it with its like nice little golden like feather or whatever.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
I feel like the only time there wasn't great energy was the day that Jessica answered the phone.
Oh
my God.
That was.
That was Jessica's last day of
Wait, was it her last day?
It was her last
Oh, she's like, fuck
There was
this.
one-
I'm going to
There was
Julia
no
was
reason
here.
for her to be
Julia was-
popping off like
Julia was
that.
here for that, and it really.
No, it got really toxic really quick. I already knew the moment I walked in, everyone was irritated in the salon. Everyone was like, it was just a long day because I'm pretty sure
It was
I had
one
a
of
later,
those days.
I had a later appointment. I was pretty sure I was the last appointment because this is when my schedule, which my schedule is always crazy, but my schedule was so crazy that like I had to do like 7 p.m.
What'd you do?
like
Did you,
appointments. And I just remember walking in, and I don't know if you were finishing up with the client, and I just see Jess. She just was like, waving her arms. I was like, oh, she's going back to do laundry.
The
so I'll
motion
see
that
you.
Julia just
Yeah.
did was point on Jessica's
I love
movement
that.
that she would do.
She always makes me laugh because she has a filter, but she always just knows how to what at the right time what to say, and sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not appropriate. But I just remember, and Nora or Alicia goes, well, it's Jess's last day, and I didn't know Jess was leaving for her new job that she still is currently, correct? Yeah, and stuff. But
It was just a very funny end of the day because, one, we don't answer the phones here. We don't even have a phone anymore. So then she was frazzled because the phone kept ringing, and it just kept ringing. So Jessica, it really was. And Jess picked it up finally, and it was somebody on the other line who was not a happy camper.
not a new customer. It was a new
No,
customer.
and she
She's
was
trying
just,
to make an appointment.
yeah, she was just not a happy camper. And then Jess immediately regrets answering the phone, and then gets flustered, and then was trying to do a few things at once. From what I remember, this is a long time ago now, to be honest. So I might be hazy on my details. And she comes back, and I want to say she's washing you out now.
100%. Washing my hair or my body because
Julia
I'm
is
pretty
in the
sure that's a-
crossfires. Like you were in.
I really
the
was because she
literal
finally
field.
hung up, just hung up on the person.
Didn't she say I don't know how to help you?
No, she really was like, I don't know what this is. I'm sorry.
I
And
gotta
then
let
clicks.
you go. Yeah.
And Alicia I just kind of peer over because I was like, ooh, I wonder what Alicia's gonna say. Is she gonna know what's happening? Because I know that was not probably the best thing. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm she didn't move me back. Because how you're sit back, do this. I need direction. I'm directionally challenged. At this point, I'm up, not even
No,
in the
but
same.
I prefer people like
No,
you though, where you're I can move you. Don't lay back before I tell you to lay back.
Yeah, no. Because the reason why you get that from me because I've learned my lesson because of Jessica. I'm literally half back and I'm this doesn't feel right. I'm so uncomfortable. And she's talking about why did I answer the phone? That girl is so what is she? I can't even understand. At this point, I feel the water going down and down, and my whole back was wet, and I'm just I'm not trying to move, and she's trying to talk to me, and when you talk, you kind of move, and I was well, I'm not even in the bowl, so now I know I'm completely not in the bowl.
Your ass
And then
is so.
Alicia comes up, and she goes, Jess, what the fuck is happening? She's well, Julie just won't stop talking. Julie's just trying to dry me out. Starts stuffing towels in my I'm wearing a sweatshirt, and this didn't even tell me to drink. She just pulls me back barely and starts going, and I was just what?
I've never heard this one before.
No, because this is not just energy. I've never been around either. So I was and I was just laughing because I was I wasn't mad or anything, but I was I don't know what the fuck to do.
It's one of my favorite stories because it's so out of pocket,
but at the same time just is Jess when she gets flustered. And so it was great because it was like, and then she was just ranting about the woman on the phone. And I said, Jess, why'd you answer the fucking phone? We don't even answer the phones here. And then it just sent her over, and then she was just like, Julie's just moving a lot in the bowl. You're wet because of you.
She said, stop trying to act like it's my fault.
Yeah, I was like, period,
gaslights
right.
the fuck out of you.
I was like, period, right. And then it gets better because then you're in the back and you're closing out for the day. And then I don't know what the crowd, like an interaction happened. And then she goes, no, I'm just over this. And I was like, well, I'm still wet. So like,
It was not a good interaction between you two at the end of her last shift. And then she thought you were going to stick around to have like a beverage.
Oh, yeah, because we were going to drink.
Goodbye. And so at this point, I'm now finishing Julie. Julie has now been set up at my station. We have now.
She's drying my back.
I'm now drying her back.
Blow drying her back. Inside her hair, she's blow drying her back.
Not even.
Yeah. But we're now having beverages. And now Jessica's she's done. She has just decided that we're done.
Yeah.
So she now has a beverage and is sitting at the chair next to us and has a cocktail.
She said, it's my last day, fuck this
She
shit.
just said, I'm done. I'm out. And I said, rightfully so. Honestly, cool. And now Nora's leaving, but didn't get the like subtle cues that like she should have stuck around to like have a cocktail to like say goodbye. So now it just feels even more awkward because like Jessica wants Nora to stay back and have like a goodbye cocktail, but isn't gonna say
no, anyone's gonna say. And I feel like Nora, you and I are the same. We need those cues, just like I needed the cues to sit back further in the bowl because I was like, what am I doing wrong?
I just would assume that like she's gonna go home. Like she wants to go home after such a horrific day that she's had.
It was not a good, to her defense. Now, mind you, we will also now need to hear Jessica's side of this version of the story. But it wasn't a good end of a last day. We laugh about it now. It's a very funny, like, enough time has passed. It's a very funny story. We talk about it all the time. However, it was not a good last day. Like, goodbye!
No, but I do also feel like that's when me and Jess started becoming friends also. Because I was like, oh, now we have to be cool because you literally just bathed me.
And then said, fuck yourself. But I'm going to sit next to you have a cocktail.
Yeah. And then we're going to laugh. And then we did end up laughing and it was a great time. And I had no shade or tea. Like, because like I'm a pretty nonchalant person. But I just thought it was so funny because I was like, I always have these moments in this salon where like, there's something going on or there's something crazy and I'm like, I'm really glad I'm here for these things because this just makes my day better.
Well, it's also a good story to tell, and I think it brings you into the actual like group of the salon, you know.
Oh, 100%.
We try to make everyone feel comfortable. Now, sometimes we might be having not a great day, and that is a case scenario where the day wasn't going our favor. Do you know what I mean? Like, and as much as we try to leave our home baggage, I'm not speaking for Jessica in that way. I'm just gonna do a general speaking because I know how I am. If my shit is going not correct from the moment I wake up to the moment I get to work, sometimes it is hard to like drop that baggage at the door and then be like bubbly, happy, everything's great. And so sometimes it does help to then decompress with your guests. I'm not gonna say rant and trauma dump with them.
A little bit.
Because no one always wants to hear that, but sometimes they do.
A little bit.
If you're my client,
I'm gonna be honest, like Alicia and Nora will come in after a weekend and they're like, so this should happen. I'm like, tell me all about it. I wanna know everything. Yeah. And I mean, it would be the same way if I was coming in and I didn't even work here. I like the drama. I like the tea. I like venting. Yeah. Tell me what sucks about your day. And I will be like, this sucks about my day.
One of Julia's other encounters happened when not one of our assistants was wiling out, but when a guest didn't like something that we were completely oblivious to it even being an actual problem until we spent like an entire week fending off the town about it.
I had no idea.
So, but was it beforehand about all the other people? Was she the peak?
No, I think she kicked it off.
Okay, I think so
did.
too.
Kicked it off.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
would
like,
agree with that.
Yeah, another part is sometimes I can read a room, and other times I really can't. So sometimes I come in, and I'm a personality where I'm like, bam, Julia's here. Like, everyone knows, like, Julia's entered the room. And I think that's how that appointment started, as
You were full Julia.
Oh, yeah, I was full send.
Yeah, so Alicia wasn't here yet, and let's set the stage. I was working on a client. We love Pride Month. I love a rainbow. I am here to set it up in
We
here.
love the gays, theys, them.
We are allies.
She's.
Yes.
I'm also bisexual, so you better be an ally, bitch.
So we are
Gun to your head.
we are decorated for the holiday. We have mats outside. We did a fun sign. So like that being said, the sign did have a cuss on it. We were very, at that moment, coming into like, this is us. We are gonna be ourselves. We're gonna say things. If people don't like it, then like, that's always just us. So we have the sign. It says,
Love whoever the fuck you want.
No, kiss.
kiss whoever the fuck you want.
Okay, well, I was close.
No, it was.
Because I can't remember exactly, but I thought that it was something
That
like
day,
that.
that sign has been engraved. in
My client came in, talked about how much they really loved. Oh my God, I love your sign. We got so much. I love your sign. It's amazing. Love your sign. So then Alicia's client happens to get here before her. She's always getting here early. And then she was always accusing Alicia of being late.
But I wasn't late.
Never.
I was never late.
So I'm with my client. Carol walks in. She immediately begins to accost me about the sign. She's very disappointed in the sign. She's very disappointed in the wording. She is absolutely disgusted, was one of the words that she used. And then she also threw out there that like her daughter is gay, and she doesn't even like.
She wouldn't even use those words. And I thought to myself, bitch, she fucking would.
So she's going to town laying hard into me about the distasteful sign. And I kind of just said, because I was prepared, because I knew there might be some things. It's just like, it's not for everybody. And like, sorry, you don't like it. And then we move on.
It's 1 month.
Yeah.
First of all, it ain't gonna be 1 month. The problem that they had was, so they claimed, the wording, the cussing.
Yeah.
They tried to claim that it was the cussing.
There's children who are seeing the sign, was what a lot of them were saying in comments on social media too.
Yeah, so we were getting like a couple social media. We posted it on our Instagram after one of the ex-mayors decided that he was going to walk in the door, interrupt a salon full of clients, and let us know how distasteful the sign was. And then we said, we're Little Fern, we're not gonna let that slide. So we posted it on our Instagram, got a couple moments.
I feel like the one thing that's going to happen with us is we have felt very, yes, in a way, we have been in a lot of situations throughout our time as employees and females in this industry, told what to wear, what to do, how to act, who to be. Don't do that. You're not going to have clients because of that. They're not going to like that. You should probably take those earrings out. Ooh, might be too many tattoos. Your blacks don't match. I think you should go home because of that. That's not the kind of drumming up business you're going to like. I don't really think guests are going to appreciate that. Maybe you should dial down who you are a little bit more. Fit yourself into that box just a little bit more. And I have learned as I've gotten older that I don't want to fit into that box. And if I want to fucking cuss, I'm going to fucking cuss. And if you don't fucking like it, don't fucking come here. There are studies that have showed that people that cuss are more intelligent. So,
And probably happier.
So this being said,
Yeah.
the sign, the client accosting me before Alicia gets here. Then comes Alicia in with her coffee to the back to get ready. Then immediately comes in Julia.
And I'm pretty sure you were, before I entered, you were telling Alicia, like, this is
In the back
moon.
room, yeah.
And I think that's when you guys were in the back room discussing this is when I entered, and I'm...
Julia doesn't just enter, she enters. Loud and saying,
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah, I was
Oh my
like,
fucking
oh
God.
my God, I fucking love your guys' sign.
Before the door even closed behind
Before
her.
even, no, I think it was open. And it was like an entrance that I could like...
That is the
without
best
whip
entrance
thing.
that you could have done after a situation like this that you never even knew
Yeah.
happened.
Well, thank God client couldn't hear me because...
she had hearing aids and they were out, luckily, so she didn't know that Julia was, to her,
All I
being
see is Nora
disrespectful.
like bow down and keep doing what she's doing. So I was like, wait, like, what's happening? And then Alicia puts me in the chair and she goes, yeah, someone in the salon has a problem with the sign. And I was like, oh, and I just entered like that? Perfect. Love this moment for me.
It was a validating moment for me
Yes.
personally
Yeah.
after just being accosted about it. But
I enjoyed every minute of it. We put it online. It got some backlash.
I did respond, I'm pretty sure, to somebody's comment. Because I was so enraged. But this time I was in California, and so I heard slightly about this through the grapevine. Man, I really wish I could have been here, though.
Yeah. It was great.
Are you guys going to put a swear word in this year's one? Because I think
Yeah.
you should. Just, like, stir shit.
I just feel like the reason why when I looked, because you guys always put something on your guys' sign. Like, that's always kind of like a favorite moment. Because, like, you want something cute and, like, cute and funny and clicky or catchy.
It's for like, I don't want to call it shock and awe value, but it's clickbait. It's like the
Yeah.
same kind of. Do you know how many people walked by and took pictures of our signs? And not just this sign.
No, a
Most
lot.
of our signs get pictures taken of them.
Yeah.
Like men come up, women come up. Like I'm busy doing things and people come up and take photos of our signs. They're cute, they're kitschy, they're funny. Like we work hard on them. I say we, it's a collective. Nora, 100% bow down. She's the one making
She's
the
an
sign.
artist, bro.
I don't do any of it.
we pick out the saying together.
But
and
you
agree
bring the
upon it.
design to life.
Yeah.
And take the credit for it. The credit is
just
given
looked
where the
cute.
credit is
I
due.
could do better. But we just don't worry. You wanted the swearsy. We followed up with like
Oh my God, it
three
was the
signs
best.
after that, talking about how we cuss, how the F word is our favorite word.
Yeah.
Fall,
That is true.
Fall.
Fall isn't our-
Fall as fuck.
It's my favorite F word, yeah.
We hit
So we made
hard.
sure we-
really made sure to let everyone know that they didn't see the end of us and that we cuss here. And well, the thing was everyone just kept hitting home. Kids walk by, kids walk by, kids walk by, kids. We are
Who the
downtown.
fuck cares? Their parents swear when they're at home. Get fucked.
Everyone has
Literally
cable.
get fucked.
And
Everyone has cable.
I don't care.
First of all,
Yeah.
it's not my job to parent your children. Second of all, if they can read my sign, they either know what the swear words are or they don't. And either they're saying them already
Or they know they're wrong.
We have sworn before and we have had signs that are far more provocative.
Dude,
It
we
just
have
happened-
literally a sign right here. Our signs all over the place literally
Yeah.
swear.
It
Yeah,
happened to
I was
me
only a
because
bitch
it
if
was
you
during
were.
Pride Month that it was an issue. Macy's referencing a sign right now that she can literally stare at that says karma's only a bitch if you are.
So, do you have a problem with the sign because it says fuck? Or do you have a problem with the sign because it's about Pride Month?
We knew what it really was about. It's just that no one wanted to come out and say, like, we don't really have a problem with you saying fuck on a sign. We have a problem with you having a pride sign. And it's not our first Pride Month, and it's not going to be our last one. And it's crazy enough, we get bigger and bigger every year. Well, after all of these occurrences with Julia, which we're very happy that she's here for, because it really validates the fact that crazy shit goes down at the salon. Like, you don't have to be us to see it.
No.
Clients get to see it.
Yeah, I think what really drew me because obviously Gabby and Gabby's hair, and she was so, but I was also moving home, and I've had really bad experiences with hairstylists. I've had, when I first went to college, I had a person do my hair, and she bleached my hair, because, I wanted that bleach
Gummy
blonde look.
hair.
I was going into, like the sorority life that I thought I was going to go into.
That's
so I was
when
like,
you first started coming here too.
No,
you wanted
that
to
was
be very blonde, right?
So I went before my phase, and this girl bleached my hair so bad, because I was like, oh, I'll go to someone like I kind of know, but like this will be fine. No, my first week of college, my hair started falling out as I was brushing.
Was it like the gummy sort of like texture?
Yeah, and thank God it was like underneath my hair. So I didn't trust anyone. And then I had a really, really great hairstylist when I stayed out in Kansas. And her name is Candace, and I love her. She really brought my hair back to healthiness. And then I came back here and I didn't take care of my hair at all.
Who was the time you went all dark? When was that?
Oh my God. So yeah, wait, that was before Candace. So yeah.
Yes, you were all dark. I need a picture. I need a picture ASAP.
Me and my friend I used to box. I boxed. So then during college,
oh my God, Julia. Julia, what the fuck?
I had like kind of like brown, blonde kind of look. My friend Lindsay would box dye it. And then finally when I graduated, I met this girl, before I graduated. Then I was like, oh, like I'm working in the plaza. Like I'm going to go to like everyone raves about the beauty brands, like hairstylists out there. So I like picked like a random one. And I was like, whatever.
That's
and of course
a lot
she
of
was
trust.
like the cheapest one because, out of college, don't have a lot of money. So me and my friend Allie like also was from here, a high school friend who also her now husband moved out to Kansas City. So like we decided to make these appointments together. She went with a higher end hairstylist, and I didn't realize I went with a lower end hairstylist. So I got a haircut from this girl before, and she was really great, awesome. My haircut was great, and I was like, you know what, like I'm ready to like dye my hair, but I want to go a little darker. So I showed her this picture, and it was just like caramely like low lights, so it wasn't anything extreme. Well, I don't know what she thought in her head. What she thought something different, and we didn't really talk about it. I kind of just told her like through text message, like, hey, like I kind of want to go darker, like kind of bring back because like the blonde it's too much. Like I can't afford to like keep up with it. And
This
she
is
was like,
where
well,
the most recent Instagram post of consultations.
no, it does. It
Consultations
really
are so motherfucking important.
Yeah. So like I show her one picture, and this is before I realized like every picture on Instagram, like any picture out there is totally like
AI
filtered, not true. But I mean, I really wish I had the picture to this day because it was definitely not what my end result was. So she like turned, so like I've never had this where like you turn around, you're not really looking at the mirror. And I don't know if it was just like her preference.
Those are my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. When you're like, you have no post going on in the
She's done this to me before where she's completely turned me, and then at the end I'm like, oh, this is what I look like.
First
cool.
all
I
my
can see-
tools are the other way. I can never get like all the way around the person with my tools. It has nothing to do with me like not wanting you to see your hair. It's honestly for me because my tools are so close to my
Well,
other
also,
side.
as you guys have said countless times, the mirror is not for the client, the mirror is for you guys.
Yeah.
Which obviously checks out. Like, there's no reason why I need to be looking at myself in the mirror. I just think that we all love to, like, be like, what's going on?
Yeah. So, like, let alone.
We are all vain as fuck, and we all.
I just want to look at myself. Like, let's be honest, we all just want to look at ourselves.
Pretty, let me just stare at myself for hours. No, so whatever. My friend Allie was behind me, so I was like, oh, this is why she's turning me around. So me and her can like chat. Well, I guess she starts putting dye in, and I kind of see like I kind of can feel like now looking back like she's putting dye like all over my hair. My friend Allie's like, so you're going like darker, and I didn't realize before reasons why she was asking this, and I was like, yeah, like just some lowlights or whatever, and she goes, oh, like okay.
She was really trying. She was really trying to like low key send you like, hey, like this shit is dark.
Now. So whatever, she brings me to the bowl, she shampoos me, and then we get the turnaround. And I look, and I'm like, okay, I know your hair gets like darker when it's wet, but this is like really freaking dark. Oh, like maybe it's just because like my hair's wet that it's this dark. 'Cause, I'm trying to like cope at this moment. And my friend Allie can see the pure panic in my eyes, and she blow dries my hair. And I mean, it was like dark brown, like espresso. It was like your hair color almost at this moment. But yeah, get this. It gets even better. So then my friend Allie, like, she gets her hair done. She loves her girl. But she was like, for what she did, she didn't think, like, obviously, like, she thought, like, the price, because she just got, like, some highlights or whatever. And she loved her hair. Everything was great. I'm, like, damn near in tears. And my friend Allie's like, are you okay? And I was like, no. So then my friend Allie starts, like, kind of playing with my hair. And she goes, and I was like, what? the girl missed underneath a blonde part, and there was still a blonde patch.
How
in
did
my
she
hair.
miss?
I don't know. So I'm now I'm crying. I'm in full on
Because
tears.
also they're like,
and I was like, let's go to happy
Yeah.
hour, Graham and Dawn, somewhere, Kona. Like, I need a drink and me, like, ASAP.
Can you pull up a picture?
Like, I really thought I was doing something here. Who is she?
No, the blue lipstick. Oh my god.
The choker.
got me. That took me out.
I think
need
I was
more.
in
I need
8th
more
grade when
content.
chokers were a big thing.
Because I worked at Vera Bradley.
what's going
So,
on
like,
with your
with the
brows?
eyes.
I was about to say the same thing. I said, where did the
Have you not
brows
met
go?
me?
No, but your brows is so much
I learned how to
better.
dye them. I learned dye.
But
There's
why
dye.
did it look like half of them
Because
were
I have
gone?
blonde, first off, I have blonde eyebrows and they're patchy because some of them are like platinum blonde where you don't think there's hair and there's hair. I have the worst eyebrows.
God. Wait, can I see it again?
I really feel like I'm looking at pictures from 1999.
Ah, that's the worst one. It's the worst one. You don't even look like yourself.
The lips.
Is that like dark Merlot?
Yeah. I was like, let's serve.
She's coming to serve, and she served all that.
Yeah, but no, that I had dark hair and it was a moment.
I will
But it
retweet
was
what you
bad.
said. The dark hair was not bad. I just think it was like
the lip.
everything. Everything else.
was
The whole
not
palette.
bad.
It was
The eyebrows really caught me off guard.
I'm about to miss my shift.
No, 100%. Our
Sperm
Vera
eyebrow.
Bradley, we're 80-year-old shop. And so, like, they wanted us to wear, so when they changed their game where we couldn't wear any, like, everything and anything, we had to wear dark colors and stuff. So my manager at the time did not like me, which I was one of the top, like, producers there. But for some reason, she decided she didn't like me. So she started wearing crazy lips. So I was like, when I start wearing crazy lips, we're going to be best friends.
Wait, so she wore crazy lips before you, and you thought, this is my way that I'm gonna be besties with this girl, is to copy her. Show up every day and wear crazy lips the same way.
Crazy lip game.
I'm gonna be honest, Julia, it's not
It's all
checking
about
out.
the flower.
I probably would have hated you too.
Yeah. I hated myself. Back to the whole thing is, had someone then come, and then I was very nervous about meeting Alicia, but Gabby's like, no, trust. And it was COVID. So I was like, I made the appointment. She finally was able to open her books, because that's when, like, the world was supposed to, like, kind of start opening. And she got one good look at my hair and was like, oh, like, I could just tell, like,
She was ready to take it.
Ice Princess. She was like, do you see the memes where it's like, I still see yellow, and it's like the children of the corn, and they're like white.
And it's like, bitch, where?
It was like, she was that girl. So so for a long time we went really blonde,
yeah, we did.
and it looked great.
Yeah.
I really love what you're in right now.
I will say, like, thank God for my mom and my dad on both sides. Both sides, we got blessed with really good hair, because I really put this hair through a lot. I always change my hair due to, like, my relationship status.
Did you do it to like appease the person you're in a relationship with, or was it
No,
just
because I thought it was gonna, like, appease, like, because I met you. I don't think, was I in a no, this is when me and my ex were first starting, and I was, like, really going through it, because I literally I up and left Kansas City.
I've known single Julia, destructive Julia, in a relationship Julia, and now single Julia.
Yeah.
Like, not all relationships, but
Yeah.
like through at least your last major one.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. Because I first met you after my last really big one. It was a really bad, really bad one. Way worse than the last one that I got out of. Because I literally got up and left Kansas City. That was destructive Julia. But yeah, definitely in single Julia era right now for sure. Can we just preface that when Julia became single Julia, for, like, now that I've been in my era, that when I started, like, putting myself out there for dating, that I thought it was very funny, because me and Alicia would talk about it all the time. Alicia was the one on TikTok to get on dating TikTok. Julia was not.
I don't know how it happened, but I'm not mad. I am not mad that somehow I ended up on the side of dating.
My
TikTok.
question is, why is the married one on dating TikTok,
I
why is
live
the
for
single
it.
one not on
Yeah,
TikTok?
no.
I don't know. No, I ended up on the side of, like, where it was like the girls listening, like, reenacting
To the audios on
audios.
Hinge?
Yes.
Yes. I think I think you were getting into your dating phase, or at least you were in your dating phase when I first started coming here. And I think that was a big point of us bonding for the first time ever, was her being like, oh my God, like, Julia, whatever, sent me this. And then they like start like reenacting like the voice memo that they have on Hinge. And I think that was one of our big points.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love those. They are
Or like
hilarious.
the voicemails, where they like read out the voicemails that like a crazy ex like left them on their phone, and they like do like a little dance to it where it's like, you're the craziest bitch I've ever met, you ugly slut, or something like that, you know?
And she's like doing like a whole like dance.
A whole like
hey.
gyrating to it or
Yeah.
something.
But yeah, dating is very different. I don't think like, cause college it was always like easy, but I never wanted it. But towards the end I wanted it, and I got in a relationship. Didn't work out, was actually really bad. Came home, jumped into another relationship way too soon. We had really good moments, and then we just realized we are on different paths. Yes, he ended up doing something very obscene, but I think the relationship was over way before any of those like events took place anyways. But now I am like officially in single Juliet that is ready to like jump in to another relationship.
She knows what she wants, she knows what she needs, she's ready to commit, but it's also finding the actual right
And I also
person.
work like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I definitely did my phase where like I was trying to go on dates, went on dates, weren't great dates, thought, oh, this is great, like this is working out, and then it wouldn't, because like I kind of took charge of like, like red flags, already saying like I'm all about in my ear, like I've waited and paused my life so many times for these two men. I'm not pausing my life anymore, and I can already see you want me to pause my life, and that's not happening anymore. And then I took a time for like actually like last month, like I was talking to this guy really seriously, and then I saw the red flag, stopped, and then I took time because everyone's like, oh, if you stop looking, you'll like find it. Waited, like not waiting for it, but then realized, and then kind of recently jumped back in the like online dating bandwagon.
I think that's a bullshit comment
Thank
for
you.
people to make.
Everybody's opinions and advice on relationships and when they start and when they happen, when they're meant to be, it's so different with everyone.
Also, I feel like that sentiment can be said for literally everything. When you stop trying to have a baby, you'll have one. When you stop looking for a relationship,
Oh my
you'll
God.
have one.
I'm sure the baby
Stop.
one is so fucking
When you
irritating.
stop looking for a job, that's when you'll find one. Like that statement can be made for fucking anything.
Yep. People keep saying that and it's still not happening, so it just feels like shit.
And I get it, because like I am in the stigma, and this is another statement I really hate, is like, yes, I am about to be 30. They're like, oh, like just because you're 30 doesn't mean you're not. And I was like, yeah, I get it, but like it is still scary. Like I still want a family. I still want these things. And you're getting older, and like you also like, why aren't you living in a house? Why are you still living at home? Like, why aren't you farther in your career and stuff like that? And I will say for like myself, I have like learned, hey, you are making a lot of movements. You have made a lot of strides. And these last year, like kind of being on your own. And I am ready to like let someone in, but it is really hard to find someone who really, because they say
worthy.
who's worthy, but who also is like really wants that too. Because guys can say that I've learned that. They can say that all they want.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a relationship. You go on the date and you hear them talk, and you're like, yeah, no.
you're not
You're
not
not
ready
ready.
at all.
I watched it on fucking Vanderpump Rules. I'm not 40. Like motherfucker. Like what?
Oh my god, Vanderpump Rules. I could go on and on about that.
But I also think that like your concerns with that, where you're like, oh my God, it's like such a stigma, but it definitely is though. I mean, like you're getting to 30, and by that time, I mean, it seems like on social media, everybody your age is, whether they're in a long-term relationship, they're getting married, maybe they're even thinking about having kids. I mean, that's not something I feel like that's invalid for you to feel like insecure
100%. I
about,
feel like you
you
can
know?
be any age at this point, like it's still have kids and do all that stuff, but like I feel like I'm making all the right moves, and like when people say that, I'm like, but I'm making all the right moves, so like why isn't it coming? Any
Bad
take,
comparison.
ladies, my married ladies in the house.
Go to the bar.
Yeah, that's
laid.
what pisses me off
Get
the most
laid.
about those sayings is like, no, bitch, you still have to make the effort. Like, you can't go, like, oh, maybe I'll meet somebody at church just showing up. You see the same 45 people.
Is Julia going to be at church anytime soon?
Are closed.
I didn't know that one.
You know the same 20 people at your job. Those options closed out.
It's like my mom. She hangs out the same 4 people and is still wondering why she's single. It's like, bitch, you hang out the same 4 people. Why you're gonna be single?
Yeah,
Like,
the Comcast guy is not gonna come knocking at your door and be your dream guy, because that's the only other way that, like, they're just gonna come along is, like, if they come knocking at your door.
So your guys' thing is action.
Yeah, I met my husband the good old-fashioned way, the bar.
Did you really?
Wait, no, you met your husband because your husband was so persistent.
I did. He also stalked.
He was looking to stalker. Alicia attracts
Old
stalkers.
school stalker.
Yeah. But
Which
that's the thing.
I wasn't into, but then I realized maybe I was kind of into. But with that
You like the
story,
fact that he was chasing you.
Yeah.
You gotta hang out. You gotta get out there and, like, associate with people that you might not always associate with, because it might lead to, like, a meetup with somebody that you don't know, which would be beneficial.
No, I technically did not meet him at the bar, but my friends met him at the bar.
That's just kind of how it would go. You had your bar nights, and then you had bonfire nights.
Would you guys have been, like, say, like, right now, you're a part of my generation, you're my age, you're single. Would you guys have been a part of the people that, like, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble it up? Or would you just been, like, natural?
I would have been still going to the bar.
I mean, I go to the bar.
I was a bar fly. I was a club rat.
Well, you need to club it up, Julia.
Yeah,
Club it up and grind on some men.
Wait a minute. Can we also look who Julia is? Julia's a workaholic. I have turned into a workaholic because I put my life on pause for 2 years.
That's great.
I coach.
I appreciate
So that's
you.
not your focus right now.
Yeah. But if I still want that, do I need to stop what I'm doing right now? Because my coaching career has taken off.
No. I would say no.
But like
No.
nothing is.
I'm gonna tell you right now that every guy out there thinks they want a strong woman until they actually get a strong woman, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, damn, never
Yep.
mind."
Yeah. My friends always joke, but I'm scared that this is gonna end up happening. Which my 30th birthday is coming up. People are gonna start trying to really set me up, and I want to be set up, but
Like,
then
what
I
if it
always
works
love the
out?
friend that's always like, "Oh, I wish I could set you up with this person," but
They're in a
they're
relationship.
not in a relationship.
They're in a relationship now,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Fuck.
And they're just like I have a friend who just like says, "Oh, well, they're single. Like, just go for them." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not also like trying to just settle." For
No, but it's like
anyone."
sometimes you need to be like, they're single and that you guys would also vibe. Not just like, they're single, go for it. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't always work out. Like, you're not going to vibe with every single person.
They might also have like a friend. Like it might
Oh,
not be
I don't
them,
know why I thought you
know,
said
like-
they might also have STDs. But then you said a friend.
Also be careful.
Be careful, wrap that shit up, for real. But yes, a friend, that sounds lovely. Or friend of a friend of a friend, you know? And who knows?
I feel like dating.
Or
though,
best
right
friend's
now,
brother. Have you ever
Yeah.
thought about a situation like that?
None of my friends. I think
That's a little
no.
hot.
All my friends that have brothers, they're like babies. Not like babies, but
Like
too young.
pedophilia.
Yeah, too young that I'm like, one, I'm not interested, or two, I've already would have tried. You know what I mean? I've
What are we
tried
talking
it.
like 19?
No, we're talking like maybe 20.
It's funny that we're talking about this because my boyfriend's friend, we met his new girlfriend, and we're out of the bar, like having a good time, and she orders water, and I was about to make a joke like, "What the fuck, are you fucking underage or whatever?" And then we proceeded in the conversation. And I was like, "So how old are you, anyways?" 19. I said,
Slay.
"Love that for you, girlie."
Dating's just, I will say, is really hard for me right now because I really want it, and I did finally express to like my mom 2 weeks ago, like, it's not the fact that like I need it, but I want it, and I'm lonely. I am
Let
lonely.
your mom hook you up with something?
Absolutely not.
I'm not gonna lie, Julia. I feel like I was kind of in a similar spot when like I first started dating my boyfriend, where I was like, I'm ready for it. I feel a little lonely. I love spending time with myself, not in like a desperation,
Yeah.
like trying to get away from like your alone time, but I also think that it's okay. It is okay to want a relationship.
I do.
It's
I really
okay.
do.
It's fine. Also, relationships and partnerships have a lot of positive benefits, not only health-wise, mental health-wise, like good relationships, obviously. It's okay for you to want a relationship. Like, don't like try to justify, like, I know that it's
I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, they just so it makes you feel better. Like, they say, like, oh, you broke up this one, it takes twice the amount to get over it. I was like, oh, honey, I've been over it. I'm done. I've healed. I know what I want. It's just, like, finding that person is really hard.
We are going to keep everybody updated on Julia's dating status And if there is anybody out there who knows a gentleman,
Or if you're a gentleman in Germany listening to this right now, because I see y'all people in Germany. If y'all want to come across seas and do a little 90-day fiance with Julia, she will do it with you.
Oh my God, I started watching Prison Brides, and it's.
Are you gonna be in prison?
That's me. There we go. Nailed it in the pod.
Nailed it.
I thought we were gonna. Can we have like a pod moment? Can we do like a Love Is Blind moment?
Yeah. Okay, give your spiel.
My spiel.
No.
So my name is Julia. I have a full-time job. I work in education. I also am basically a full-time coach. I coach women and men's volleyball. So I'm pretty athletic, outgoing. I'm also a dog mom. So if you don't like dogs, please see your way out. Tried that, failed that, out of that. Also, I am a big family person, as you've heard stories about my family tonight. So that's very important to me. I'm also very outgoing and I'm very outspoken. So if you can't hang, you can't stay. In my book, period.
That was really good.
That was great.
You did really good on that. That was a really good elevator pitch for your to date you. I would want to date you after that. If anybody is looking to date our newest bachelorette, Julia, please go to our DMs on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook.
Me and your mom.
Message us, and we will sign you up.
So, in order to really make sure that we get what we want and what we deserve, we need to
Manifest it.
burn it.
burn some shit.
Yeah. New moon, new man.
I already got the mug. We're gonna burn this shit in.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Yes, Julia.
Oh,
Do we light it or put it in?
light
You
it
light
up.
it and let it fizzle. Ooh, good.
Oh, she did it. She did it.
As I burn my fingers that are broken.
Throw them in. Throw them in.
Get it in.
As I'm lighting your equipment.
We need a little more.
Oh my God, guys.
We need to let it go.
Hone in on this
Need a
moment.
new
Should we
full
hold
moon,
hands or something?
New us.
I don't have a finger.
That went really fast, guys. We are burning it.
It smells like a bonfire
It
in
looks
here.
beautiful.
I'm scared that the fire alarm's gonna go off and it's gonna rain in here.
The fact that I almost burned my fingers off because I can't move my fingers.
Ooh, that's
is
going
going
in the air.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Nora just blew all the ass.
Julia, I'm so happy you came on to our podcast.
I'm so
It was
glad.
fun.
I thought about you yesterday, and because we were thinking about like guests, and I was like, what about like Julia coming on?
Macy's been talking about you a lot.
Well, remember your jacket on the way out. Finish your beverage or take it with you if it's not an alcoholic one, because we don't condone drinking and driving. However, if it's a bubbly or a coffee, take that shit with you, girl.
We support it.
But see yourselves out. Make sure you made at least one appointment. Don't be booking out too far in advance.
Bye.
Oh my God.
It's Nora, Alicia, and Macy.
We are a girly podcast, and we are on the floor.
Did I go the wrong way?
You definitely did.
You